Implaza TV presents The Implazables, virtual online improv, from their homes to yours. Here's your host, Luke Hunt. Hello, viewers at home. I'm Luke Hunt. I'm your host for tonight's show of The Implazables. What we will be doing is improvisational comedy based off of suggestions that you have submitted through Facebook and Instagram. And now let's introduce our players. Madison Heaps, Rachel Hunt, Stormy Lee, Freddy Martinez Jr., and Matt Victory. Hello, Implazables. Let's get started with tonight's program. Our first game tonight is called Party Quirks. In this game, one of our Implazables, and it is going to be Freddy, he is hosting a FaceTime chats with some of his friends. And as they pop into the conversation, he is going to have to figure out exactly what quirk it is that they have. Once he figures that out, they will poof off of the screen. The thing is, he can't tell what they're going to be. So, Freddy, we've got to kick you off of the stream here for a minute, and we'll send you a message when it's time to come back. All right, now, I'm just going to read top left to right. We have a historical figure for Madison. Madison is Marie Antoinette. Courtesy
Good
of
suggestion, Ivan.
Yes, that's Ivan's suggestion. Matt, you have a weird ability. Your weird ability is telekinesis.
All right, Jean Grey, got it.
There you go. Rachel, you think you are some kind of animal. The animal that you think you are is a sloth.
Ooh.
Last couple of months, I thought I was a sloth. But anyway. And then, Stormy, you have a strange phobia. Your strange phobia is a fear of cotton balls.
Got it.
Okay, so everybody know what their quirk is?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and send that message to Freddy so that we can get him back into the stream. Okay, Freddy, so you were setting up your FaceTime with your pals. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Implazables, go.
Okay, I am excited. I haven't seen these people in so long. Oh, someone's coming in. Let's see. Oh, hey, Matt.
Hey, Freddie, how you been?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Surviving the quarantine. How about yourself? What you doing?
Oh, I'm upright. You know, I'm kind of. Oh, we also have. Oh man, Rachel, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You seem really mellow. Let's see. Oh, Madison. Hey. Konnichiwa.
I was wondering, is there going to be cake? Are you going to have cake?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have cake over here. I hope you have cake over there.
Oh, I definitely have cake over here.
Oh, good. I hope everybody has cake.
Yes.
Freddie, would you like me to cut your cake for you?
You can. Yeah. If you want to cut the cake, you by all means.
All right. Nice.
Yeah. Was that it? Did you cut the cake? And let's see who else. Stormy Lee. Hello, Stormy.
Hi.
How's it going? Welcome to the virtual party that is this party.
Hi.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm glad everyone's here.
Oh. Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Man, Rachel, you seem really slothish. Man, that was Rachel. Good old Rachel's a bit of a sloth, so I guess you have to go.
It is one of
But don't lose your head over it.
Don't lose my head over it. I won't. I'll keep it firmly attached upon my torso.
Right.
Matt, tell me about yourself. How are you? What's going on in your life?
Well, just passing the time, trying not to go crazy. Working and stuff, moving stuff.
Yeah. You said you could cut my cake earlier. Did you?
Yeah. Did you like the job that I did?
Did you cut the cake?
Yeah.
Man, you must be like telekinetic or something. Ah, man. Yeah, good old Matt. He's pretty good. Stormy, what's wrong? Something's wrong with your head.
Yeah, I went to the beach this last weekend. And I have swimmer's ear, but I can't do anything about it because I'm really, really afraid of what you're supposed to do for swimmer's ear.
Oh, you're supposed to jump up and down. Your head.
Guys, do you mind if I remove my nail polish? I've got some nail polish. No. I mind. Please.
You mind nail polish remover? You don't like nail polish remover, Stormy?
Well, it's not the nail polish remover. It's just the general process.
Of the alcohol and the rubbing alcohol.
No, it really has nothing to do with the chemicals. My ears.
Putting it on your nails. You don't like nails.
No,
you don't like
nothing to do with nails. No, I just it's just very, very scary. I got a French manicure, and I want to take off my manicure.
You got a French manicure.
Your French manicure looks really great, by the way.
Oh, and don't lose your head, Marie Antoinette, because that's what I thought. Good old Marie Antoinette disguised as Madison. Now you don't like rings or fingers, I remember.
No.
You have a headache?
No, it's sometimes the bugs in your closet with the clothes and then with your swimmers. I can't remember.
You're claustrophobic?
No.
No. Clothes, swimmer's ear, bugs. No. Ear hole.
I don't even get French manicures because I don't want to have to deal with taking them off.
Taking off nails. And
I shouldn't have gone to the beach because then, I can't do anything about my swimmer's ear because I don't want to put anything in my ears.
You're afraid of Q-tips.
Really, it's like big Q-tips. I don't like big Q-tips.
You don't like big Q-tips because they're made of cotton. Because cotton. You're afraid of cotton?
No, just cotton in certain shapes.
Cotton balls.
Yeah.
You're afraid of cotton balls. Of course you are. Of course you are.
Success, Freddy, and all of Implazables. Yay!
Man, cotton balls.
We had to get there somewhere.
Thank you, Madison.
Our next game is called Flashback. Two of our players, starting with Rachel and Madison, are going to act out a scene based off of one of your suggestions. It is a person that you would not want to have a meeting with. They are going to then act out the scene, get to a point where it reminds them of something that happened in the past, and then they will do the universal gesture for going back into the past, which, as we know, is the next couple that get popped up on the screen will then have to act out whatever scene that was that just got brought up. Our starting scene for Rachel and Madison, for a person you would not want to have a meeting with, comes from Hannah Stewart via Facebook, and it is Voldemort. So, Rachel and Madison, a meeting with Voldemort, Implazables, go.
Expelliarmus! I'm not afraid of you! I'm the great Harry Potter!
Well, you should be afraid of me because I'm Voldemort. And I do not have a nose.
No one's supposed to say that name.
Well, it's my own name. Sometimes I have to say it. I'm sorry.
Don't you know that you're he who should not be named? In fact, somebody said it 3 times, and that's probably why you showed up today.
Well, I have a name, and you should learn it. It's Voldemort, baby.
Voldemort. I can say it. I'm not afraid of you.
Well, okay, that's fine. Whatever. Don't be afraid of me, but just know that I'm out to get you. This reminds me of that time that you popped up in my life and you're so annoying to me all the time and you were bugging me about and bullying me because I don't have a nose.
Voldemort, I got your nose.
Why do you always do that? Oh my gosh, that's so annoying.
You don't have a nose. It's just like somebody took some sandpaper and sanded it right off.
Why did you take my real nose? This is my prosthetic one because people make fun of me all the time.
I know, it's because you got a dumb and stupid face, Voldemort.
My glasses won't even stay on my face. See how easily they slide off?
I hope all this childhood bullying doesn't make you act out later as an adult.
You know what? I think that I'm gonna. I feel like my soul has been ripped apart into 7, 8, 9, 10. Who knows? Different pieces.
Oh, everyone knows you don't have a soul. That's why it's fine to make fun of you.
Well, you know what? That reminds me of the time when I saw this program about no bullying and people always should not make fun of other people's noses.
And children, that is why you should always be kind to others, even if they look funny. Just like my friend.
That's right. And they said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Thank you, Mr. Snake. He's here to teach us about what it's like when your friend doesn't have a nose. Right, Mr. Snake?
Right. If you don't have a nose, how are you supposed to smell? You stick your tongue out like this.
That's amazing, Mr. Snake. Did you see that, children? How interesting is that?
Yes, but you must be careful on who you stick your tongue out at, because if you stick it out in a rude manner like this, they won't know that you're trying to smell something. They may think that you're making fun of them. And that reminds me of the one time when I was at the supermarket making fun of the people standing by the bananas.
That's right,
they didn't
Mr.
have
Snake.
any noses.
That's right, Mr. Snake. We did that on last week's episode. It was like this.
You don't have any noses, and you're standing by the bananas, you loser. You absolute loser.
Why does this always happen to me?
Bro, can you even smell anything? You loser.
Well, I can smell that. You stink. You stink.
Well, shut up. Leave me alone.
Well, no, I won't. I won't leave you alone. You stink. You stink. You stink. You stink. You stink. Yeah, how does it feel?
You really think that I stink?
Yeah, how does that? The nose is on the other face now.
That's my childhood trauma.
Smelling? Stinking?
Yes. I was shunned from the playground because I stunk so bad. It's so traumatic for me, and I can't even think about it, but let's bring it up.
Guys, it's not my fault. My mom made dinner and the recipe called for 7 cloves of garlic, and she put 7 heads of garlic, and I've been smelling like garlic for a week.
Well, that explains a lot. Oh, man. But because we're going to be kind, I'm just not going to tell anybody that your mom did it to you on purpose, because that is childhood trauma.
Yeah, and they can smell me coming from a mile away. They don't let me on the school bus anymore, and everyone just goes around telling me that I stink all the time. It's been a rough week.
Well, bad weeks happen. You should be thankful for the people in the world that don't have noses.
No, that's
Voldemort doesn't have noses.
Well, yeah, so I'm told, but he who must not be named doesn't have a nose. I'm aware. Yeah.
Exactly. So that reminds me of the one time when we were riding the school bus and that other stinky child got on.
Yeah.
But he had a nose, so he should know better.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just getting onto the school bus. La 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 la.
Hey, new kid. How's it going?
Hey. Howdy. It's going pretty well. New kid on the block.
Yeah.
Don't have any bullies yet, so that's good.
Well, would you like one? Because I couldn't help but notice that you really smell.
Oh, no! Dang it! I thought we fixed this.
You smell like a used diaper filled with burnt Indian food.
Well, funny you say that, because that is exactly what I have in my backpack.
Oh, your mom packed you lunch.
And that is Flashback. Implazables, yeah! Jazz hands. All right, now our next game is a solo game. It's only going to involve Freddy, and it is called No You Didn't. Now, Freddy has done something epic recently, and he's going to tell us all about it. But Freddy likes to embellish a little bit and milk the truth a little bit, so I'm going to keep him honest. If he says something that's not quite right, I'll say, no, you didn't, and he'll have to correct it. as he moves on. Now, we're adding an extra layer of difficulty to tonight's game of No You Didn't, and we're going to put Freddy on a time limit. So we're going to have a countdown clock pop up on our screen, and Freddy is going to have to finish his story. Right there it is, in 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to finish your story, Freddy. That's it. Now, our suggestion comes to us from Chris Pugh, and Freddy has summited Mount Everest. Summited Mount Everest. All right. Freddy, tell us all about it.
All right. Well, I was sitting on my couch, and I thought that I've been in this house for so long. I need to get out. This quarantine is driving me crazy. But I didn't want people to know that I left. So I went under cover of night, I didn't. I went right at crack of dawn, and I put on all my stuff for climbing and stuff because I wanted to climb Mount Everest. So I took off and I just started walking. I didn't realize that Mount Everest isn't in the United States. Go figure. So I was like, okay, well, where is Mount Everest? So I look it up, and it's a long way away. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to get onto an airplane, and No, I didn't, because airplanes are bad. We learned that the other day. Airplanes do not get on airplanes. So what I decided to do is I decided to build a rocket, as you guys know that I'm really good at. And so I built the rocket. Actually, I used the rocket from the last time.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't want to use a rocket. I've been there, done that. So I decided to run really fast. So I started running. And as you know, if you see Freddy running, you should run because stuff is going on. So I started running. And then I got to the edge of the ocean. And I thought, well, how am I going to cross? And I saw this humongous yacht. I was like, okay, I'm going to ride on this yacht. And so I did not get onto the yacht. There was a rowboat right next to the yacht. So I got into the rowboat and I threw my grappling hook and I hooked onto the yacht, and I was in my little rowboat. I was helping the yacht out. It was going pretty slow. So finally, after weeks and weeks, I get to Europe, and I said, okay, I'm going to climb Mount Everest. And I didn't want to climb Mount Everest, and I was seasick. I was going to throw up. But what I decided to do was go to London and get some jelly babies, gummy bears. No, I didn't eat jelly babies. That's not nutrient. So I went and I got a bunch of mashed potatoes, and I ate those, and I got a bunch of potatoes, just potatoes, and I ate them all. And then I decided, okay, let's go to Mount Everest. So I went to the base of Mount Everest, and I was like, wow, I should probably acclimate because this is going to be a long trip. But and then I decided, no, I don't have time to acclimate. I got to climb this thing because I only got 38 seconds left to do it. So I got on my gear, and I got on my gear. I went to the store. I bought my gear, no, I didn't. I went and I stole someone's gear. I knocked them out. I pushed them over. I stole their backpack, and I started climbing Mount Everest. But it's not that easy because you have to have crampons, and you have to have hooks, and you have to have water. And so I'm climbing. But then I saw this Sherpa, and he goes, "Hey, do you want help?" And I said, "Yes, please help me." So he carried me on his back all the way to the top of Mount Everest.
He didn't.
No, he didn't. He didn't want to do it. So I ran as fast as I could, and then I jumped the last couple of feet, and I touched the tip of Mount Everest, and I climbed it.
Success! Yay! Freddy, great story. I'm sure you're out of breath after that one. Impossible. Now, our next game, if we were performing live on stage, would be called Emotions. But this time around, we're going to call it Emojis because it works better on screen. Now, we're going to take two of our players for this game. We're going to take Rachel and Matt, and they are going to be acting out a scene based off of a suggestion. Periodically, an emoji is going to pop up on the screen, and whatever emotion that emoji represents, our players will have to mimic that emotion and keep the scene going. Now, our emotion tonight comes as a video submission. Let's take a look.
They might argue about leaving dirty dishes in the sink.
So our suggestion was from Catherine Anthony. You're arguing about leaving dirty dishes in the sink. Implausibles, go.
Look, I know I keep forgetting to wash my dishes, but it's just so hard. I mean, why can't I just leave them there until tomorrow.
Well, you eat nothing but milk and cereal, so it's really just a bowl and spoon like 3 times a day, which I think is part of this balanced breakfast. So,
Yeah, but it's like it's so much easier. I really like just doing it all at once, right? That's my favorite way to do dishes. So they pile up, and then I do them all right before I go to bed at night.
yeah, but there's actually something growing in the dishes from last week. I think there's an entire garlic plant growing out of the bottom of the dishes from
That's
milk.
really embarrassing. Please don't tell my mom.
In fact, I'm looking at it now, and I just threw it
Oh, I
away.
know, right? Like that's that's way worse than I thought. Maybe that was I'm not feeling so good. Are
this
you?
smells
Like,
worse than that kid on that school bus from grade school.
I know, right? Oh gosh,
Oh.
I don't know what to do. Just wait, I'll be right back to you.
You know, Rachel, this would not happen if you would just wash your dishes, I don't know, maybe once every week.
Well, it's not my fault that it takes so long for the water to get hot. I mean, it's not even sanitary to wash dishes with cold water.
We have a dishwasher. You just have to put it in it.
Yeah, but then it sits there and it gets worse, and it just makes me feel so traumatized. It reminds me of the way I used to get yelled at when I was a kid, and please don't yell at me.
I know. I was a dishwasher as a kid too.
I still
I
don't like confrontation, but it's not so bad when you do it.
I've got a surprise for you.
Really?
Bought you a new dishwasher.
You did? You're such a sweet person.
Just kidding. I got you. I totally got you. I did not buy you a dishwasher.
I can't believe
You thought you weren't down to watch your dishes.
you had me going there for a while, man. That's pretty that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's something. We're gonna chill over here and hang out and act like really nifty guys.
Glasses at night.
Yeah, because your future's so bright.
Are you making fun of my future?
Who, me? Why would I do that?
I mean, like, okay, I realize that I'm 39, still living in my parents' basement, but
Oh my gosh, really?
yeah, well, and it's haunted. I saw a poltergeist just last night.
I think you are a poltergeist.
His name is Dennis.
You look exactly like somebody I know that died when he was 35.
And that is the game. Implazables, yay! Emojis. That's what I was trying to say. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are part of the Plaza Theater Company, and we would like to ask at this time, if you are enjoying the show, to please go to the link below that's going to be scrolling across your screen at plaza-theater.com/donate. We would greatly appreciate your support. Now, our next game is called Packing for a Trip. In this game, we're going to involve 3 of our players. We're going to have Freddy and Stormy and Madison, except Madison's not really in the scene. Madison is going to be holding up an occasional prop. This scene is about Freddy and Stormy packing for a trip. Occasionally, the screen will cut away to Madison holding some type of prop, and Freddy and Stormy are going to have to justify why they are packing that specific item for this trip. Now, we asked for 2 suggestions in this game. One is a type of trip, and that comes to us from Maria Moore. You guys are going on college visits. College visits is what you are doing. And the destination that they're going on comes to us from Sandy Lengyel. You guys are going to Alaska. College visits in Alaska. Implausible, go.
Oh man, I am excited for this college trip to Alaska.
Me too. I've never been to Alaska before.
Yeah, me neither. I hear it's really, really cold, so I've packed 13 different jackets, which is literally all I own.
Wow, I packed all the socks. You got to get some nice wool socks so your feet don't get cold.
Oh man, you know what? I found this thing at Walmart that I'm gonna pack that keeps you warm all the time. Here it is. Look, this thing, it's a frog, but it's made out of brass. Brass. And what you do with it is that you put it under your shirt. You stuff it under your shirt, and your body heat radiates through the frog. It's a hip hop heater is what it's called. The hip hop heater.
Hip hop heater. That is so clever. It's like, you know, the little hand warm bag things you put in your pockets, but for your whole body.
Yeah,
That's
but it's a frog. You know, ribbit, as they say.
Well, what are we gonna do if it gets too hot, like on the plane or something like that? Oh, I know this one thing that my mom has. I got to bring that along just in case we get too hot. It looks just like this. Yeah. You hold that in front of you, and everybody thinks it's a fashion accessory, but really it is also a fan.
Oh wow!
You
Okay.
spin the propeller, and it makes that perfect amount of hot and cold between the hip hop heater and cooling off just a little bit.
Wow. Oh man, that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Plane rides. They are so exotic, especially one from Texas to Alaska to our school. What's the matter, you in Alaska?
Yeah.
It's for the plane rides, I found this amazing thing that keeps you calm and collected during the ride. It's this picture of Guy Fieri, and
I love him.
I live by his whole ecosystem. You know, I keep that right next to the hip hop heater, next to my heart. And I know that Guy Fieri will always keep me calm and collected, and you know, and just it's I know that he will always protect me. I'm sorry, it's okay.
It's okay. I do have a question though. Sometimes I get a little apprehensive on airplanes too. Do you think maybe you could pull him out and put him on the little tray table, and I could share the calm with you?
I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. You're going to have to find your own thing. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably for the best, because when I look at Guy Fieri, I always get hungry because, you know, I think of his cooking shows. And what if I pack that one thing from the pantry that'll keep me from getting hungry? That way I can make that really long plane ride without eating all of the peanuts. Yes, one of those. You know, that's a very important thing to have when you're getting ready to go to college.
Yeah, I know.
Shiny piece of paper with all of the scrolly words. It just takes all of the hunger right out of my name, right out of my mind.
You don't even have to worry about graduating because you already have that piece of paper, that degree, the diploma. But you know what? Once we land in Alaska, I'm gonna be so excited. You know, I've heard that there's bears and meese. You know, the plural of moose. And I've been really excited. I always wanted to get really close to a bear, you know, or a moose, or whichever one. And I bought this thing off Craigslist that it said, the description said that it'll get you really close to a moose. This is what I bought. It says, when I die, bury me at Walmart so my wife will visit often.
That is very clever.
You know, and I heard that the moose, the Mises in Oklahoma, they love to go to Walmart all the time. So even if I get trampled to death by a moose, they'll know to bury me at Walmart, and the moose will still come and visit me. That way I can still be close to the moose, you know? And I hope that they bury me with my hip hop heater and my Guy Fieri, because I just don't know what I would do without them. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst.
I will definitely, if that happens, I will make sure that they bury you with all of those things, with that little plaque right on your tombstone, so that all of the moose can come and visit you.
Thank you.
And that is packing for a trip. Good job, guys. Implazables. Yay! All right. Now, we're going to give most of our crew a little bit of a break here. We're just going to have a game with Madison. This game is called PowerPoint. Now, Madison is going to be an expert in something. She doesn't know exactly what that's going to be, but she is going to give us a presentation about it with a PowerPoint that she will follow. The problem is she doesn't know what's going to come up on the slide. So she is going to have to improvise her entire presentation based off of whatever is on this PowerPoint. Now, for this game, Madison, our suggestion comes from Marcy Funderbunk, and you are an expert in ancient Mayan religious ceremonies. Madison, tell us all about it. Go.
So ancient Mayan religious ceremonies, they're very complex. So I just want to give you guys a little insight into what they're about. So welcome. Starting my presentation, a little about me. these 3 images of people all represent a different facet of my personality because I'm a little weird. If you know me, you understand. But these 3 people in this picture, they are all also experts in ancient Mayan religious ceremonies. They know about all the kooky little details about it, so they're kind of my friends. So try using this acronym the next time that you think about ancient Mayan religious ceremonies when you're wondering, what are they? What did they do? It starts with B, and B stands for bingo. L stands for long. A stands for as. R stands for red. T stands for turtles. Bingo, long as red turtles. It's also, you can read it as blart, but it stands for bingo, long as red turtles. So that doesn't make sense now, but it will later because red turtles, especially really long red turtles, are a very crucial part of the Mayan religious ceremonies because they sort of worship these red turtles. So this little graphic I have, it talks about frogs, logs. It's very confusing, but mainly I just want to talk about the colors. They're some of my favorite colors, but as you can see, green, the dog one, that's the biggest one because green is important to me because green means go, and I want to go forward with this presentation. This quote that just flew in, it says, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall." So right now, I actually don't know that much about Mayan religious ceremonies, and that's me falling. But the greatest glory right now is going to be me making it up to you at this next slide. Clearance sell, everything must go. This is actually a timeshare presentation because I will be selling you a timeshare in the Mayan ruins. I've created an Airbnb type venue there, and I'd really love it if you guys could help me with this timeshare program that I'm starting. It's clearance, everything must go. I really can't afford this timeshare. I need you to help me out here, okay? Stop. Don't leave. I need help with this timeshare, okay? I don't really know anything about ancient Mayan religious ceremonies, but I do know that this is a good deal that you don't want to pass up. So please, if you're interested in staying in my timeshare, let me know. It's important. Go. Go quickly. Green means go, as I said previously. The red turtles, it's all kind of connecting if you're understanding right now. We need to connect and get this timeshare bought up because I cannot afford to pay for all of it, okay? That's all. But please, if you're interested in buying this timeshare in an ancient Mayan ruin, let me know because I can't afford it. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
And that is PowerPoint. Thank you, Madison. Implazables.
Woo! That was difficult.
She looks she's kind of worn out. Just want to remind all of our viewers at home to please, once again, go to plaza-theater.com/donate to show your support for Plaza Theater and our ongoing efforts to keep you entertained and giving you live theater at home. Now, our next game is called Bad Advice. We're going to divide our performance troupe up into 2 parts. First off, Rachel and Freddy are going to be audience members at some sort of panel talk show, and they're going to be asking questions of the special guests. The special guests will be played by Madison, Stormy, and Matt. They will, first off, I'm going to give them a chance to introduce themselves to find out what it is that they do and what they're experts in and why people should ask them questions to begin with. And then our audience members will get the opportunity to get answers to their questions from these 3 guests. So let's go to our first special guest. Who is that going to be? Who is going to be left? Hello, sir. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Luke. My name is Giles Dearsley Hitchcock, and I am a professor of psychology and social media at Independence Community College in West Burlington, Iowa.
You're okay, Professor Hitchcock. Pleasure.
Dearsley-Hitchcock, hyphenated last name.
Oh, Dearsley-Hitchcock. Understood, Professor. Greatly appreciated. Who is our next guest on the show?
Hello. My name is Gracie, and I am a maid for hire. I will come and clean up any mess you've got. Just, kid mess, adult mess, those roommates that don't want to do their dishes. Just call.
Especially if they've left milk in the sink for a week and garlic's growing out of it, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Who is our next guest? Oh, she's coming in. There she is. Did we catch you unawares?
Yes, so sorry. My name is Courtney. I'm actually a professional horse whisperer, so I'm really excited to be here. Sorry I'm late. I was talking to a horse. I was whispering to it.
Oh, okay. You definitely don't want to be too loud for the horse. Well, I'd like to welcome all of our guests to the show tonight. Now, we have some questions from the audience. Let's see. Who has got our first question? Let me look around. Okay, you, ma'am. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hi. I'm a little nervous, so sorry. I need to read off my question. I planned this in advance. I'd like to ask your panel, what is the best anniversary present for my husband?
Okay.
Oh.
So let's start with Professor Dearsley Hitchcock. What advice would you give?
Well, I can tell by your description of your husband that he's a very uneducated man. So I would suggest you buy him a gift card to come to Independence Community College in West Burlington, Iowa, where he can attend my class. We accept PayPal, Venmo, or Amazon gift cards, or honestly, pretty much anything you want to give us.
All right. Gracie, our maid for hire, what advice could you give on an anniversary present?
Well, see, an anniversary goes two ways. You have to have two people for an anniversary. And girl, let me tell you this. If you want to have a good anniversary, you tell that man to get in there and clean his own dishes. You tell him to, vacuum all of the rugs that he's been tracking that dirt in. If he needs some of this, he can borrow it. But, you just tell him, clean up his own mess. That's how you get a good anniversary.
All right. And Courtney, our horse whisperer, what advice would you have?
Yeah, so I've actually never had a boyfriend, but if I did have a boyfriend, I would want him to get me something that's probably like a glass or crystal horse statue that I could practice whispering to. But it would be like a glass or crystal horse statue that's maybe sort of like rainbow when it shines through. So something like that. But if your husband doesn't like that, you could get him a gift card to Chili's.
All right. Thank you. Good advice all the way around, maybe. Okay. Any other questions in the audience? Any other questions at all? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What is your question?
I have a problem. I have a coworker who just always keeps eating my lunch, even though I put little notes on my lunch that says, please don't eat this lunch. It's mine. I was wondering if any of you could, help me with that.
All right. Professor, in West Burlington, Iowa, what would you suggest?
Well, you tried the diplomatic approach of the note, and that did not work. So clearly this is all-out war. I would suggest that you secretly steal and murder her cat, turn it into a sandwich, pack it as your lunch, and then after she eats it, you say, "Ha ha, I made you eat your own cat."
Oh, okay. Gracie, how about you? What advice would you have to offer?
Well, I suggest a slightly less aggressive approach, but friend, here's what you do. You take their lunch and you stick it in a random drawer on your desk for about a week. Let it get nice and moldy. Don't clean up after it. I know you're going to want to. You're going to want to take this and spray it really good and clean it off. But no, let it get nice and moldy. And then put their name on it. Stick it back in the refrigerator. They're going to look at it and say, "Ha ha, that's mine." And then they're going to eat it. And that tummy ache, that'll teach them. Don't mess with things that don't belong to them, because then people will come back for them with the mold.
Courtney, what advice would you have?
Yeah, so this same thing has actually happened to me. One of my horses that I was whispering to did eat my lunch when I brought my lunch to the field. So what I did is I whispered to it and I told it, "Don't eat my lunch anymore, please." And then I brought it some hay and some oats. And after I whispered to the horse, it was all good. So maybe you could go to your coworker and whisper to them and tell them not to eat your lunch. But if you whisper to them, it kind of helps.
Okay. Any other questions from our audience for our panel? Anyone else? Anyone? Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm going to try this again. Maybe I can get a better answer this time. My other question was, how do I convince my kid to go to college?
Professor, this seems right up your alley. What would you say?
Well, you simply explain to him that if you want to get ahead in this world, you need to make money. But if you want to make money, you need an education. And the only way to get an education is to attend a sensibly priced university that allows a variety of payment options. We even accept payday loans. Yes, right. All that can be had right here in West Burlington, Iowa at Independence Community College.
Okay. Gracie, how about you? What advice would you have?
Well, ma'am, I would say yes. Tell your kid to go to college, and tell them that while they're there, they can have a part-time job that will give them some spending cash. You know, because college can be kind of boring sometimes. Work, and read and all the study. And you definitely want to have some spending cash to go out and hang out with your friends, go bowling, cow tipping, all that fun stuff. So, you know, I'm needing some help around my business. I would definitely, it doesn't take much to clean. You can just tell them to come on over and I'll give them a job.
Okay, so Gracie's hiring. Courtney, what would a horse whisperer say?
So one time I was trying to convince my mom to buy me a new horse so I could whisper to it more. And what I did to convince her is I choreographed an elaborate dance, and I used my horse, and we danced around, and I kind of sung some songs, mainly from the musical Cats, and we kind of acted it out, and my mom really liked it, so I got a new horse. So maybe if you want your kid to go to college, you could choreograph an elaborate dance and sing and dance around to some songs from Cats.
Okay. All right. We've got time for one more quick question. Anyone else? Sir, go ahead. Yeah, sir.
My question was, my dream has been to go like abroad and go visit some other things, you know, and I always wanted to go to Mount Everest, but I don't have any money for it. Do you guys have any suggestions on how I could raise that money so I could go to Mount Everest?
Professor, do you have advice on how he could go to Mount Everest?
Well, as you know, on account of the lockdown, the travel ban, and everything else, plane tickets are very cheap right now. But what we don't know is that security is very lax. So I recommend just sneaking onto a plane. There's so few people there, no one will even notice. They'll just assume you belong. You can actually get a flight to Nepal for free. I did it twice just last month. So my solution, be a stowaway.
Okay. Gracie, what do you have for getting to Mount Everest?
Oh, I've got just the thing. See, I have a cousin who works over in the Europe places, and I'm sure she has some friends who work in Nepal, and she can get you a job. She can get you a job cleaning, and you just tell the people with all the paperwork that you are going over there on a work visa, and you just hop on a plane and tell them you'll pay them back later, because I know funds are a little bit, but you know, you just tell them you'll pay them back later, and you go get you a job cleaning things, and then when you get there, you clean an hour or two a day, and you hike the rest of the time. It'll be so much fun. Just trust me.
All right. Courtney, help us out. Give him some advice.
So I don't have too much experience in making money because as a horse whisperer, I mainly get money. I get paid, and they let me braid the horse's hair, and sometimes they let me keep some of the hair so I can add it to my collection of horse hair. So I don't make money, actually. I just do it for the hair, for the horse hair that I add to my collection. But maybe if you did want to make money, you could get a job at like a Burger King or a Sonic, and then you can get money from that, and then save the money as much as you can, and don't buy any extra stuff that you don't need, like a new TV or something. And then you save the money, and eventually you'll have enough to go to Mount Everest.
And that is bad advice, ladies and gentlemen. Implazables!
I thought it was really good advice.
No, that was really bad advice. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give our players a chance to get out of costume here for just 1 second. Remind you one more time to go ahead and donate at plaza-theater.com/donate. Now, our next game is one that we can really only do in this internet setup. It is called News Network. Each one of our players is going to take on a news story. Now, we're trying a little bit different this week, where they're going to specifically either have a news story, a sports report, or a weather report. There are 3 news stories, but only 1 sports report and 1 weather report. And none of the players know which one they're going to get before they report it. That's the first layer of challenge. The second one, after they introduce their news story, we're going to play a video clip. They're then going to have to connect their news story to that video clip and have it all make sense. Ladies and gentlemen, this is News Network. Let's see the news.
From around the globe, it's Plaza News Network.
Hello, and thank you for joining me. Tonight's top news. Folks, I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria, and I can say without hyperbole, this is 1,000 times worse. I'm here on location in Akron, Ohio, where local diners are rioting, demanding more Szechuan sauce for their chicken McNuggets. We have footage live from the scene. Let's take a look. As you can see, a local dinosaur is also demanding more nuggets. Only these nuggets are not the tasty morsels you normally expect from McDonald's, but actual vehicles made by Chevrolet and Ford. Will the world ever see the end of this tyranny? I'm not sure. I'm Matt Victory, and that's news to me. Over to our next host.
Now it's time for sports.
Hello, my name is Stormy, and I will be your sports newscaster. Now, see, in this time of quarantine, people are having to just make up their own games with their own rules because nobody's watching ESPN or following any real rules anymore. Just make them up as we go along. So, I wanted to tell about the kids playing out in the front yard this morning. They had their lightsabers out, and they were chasing the chickens, and they kept points by going through and counting the number of eggs laid behind the chickens. They've started a neighborhood league. That's what you do here in the country. And they are calling this game Lightsaber Chickens. And to give you a great idea of how this is affecting our neighborhood, here is a clip. That's how the chickens feel when they're getting chased by the lightsabers. So, if you just need some great entertainment, go grab your lightsaber, find neighborhood chicken, and get after it. Now, over to our next host.
Now it's time for the weather.
Hi, it is Madison here with weather, and we have got some urgent news. There has been a forecast of a thunderstorm, a lightning storm, some rain, some hail, all kinds of weather is coming to Cleburne, Texas, and residents are freaking out, as you can imagine. Let's take a look at a video clip from a Chili's. As you can see, as a result of this horrific weather was a disastrous car crash caused by 4 dachshunds. We are all very saddened, and we offer our condolences to their families. To the next reporter, thank you.
Now it's time for sports.
Hey, we are going to Canada, where they are reopening their indoor curling matches. So they did have a very interesting first match today. We're going to go to the video now. We'll see what happened at Canadian indoor curling.
哎，我让着你，好吧？虽然我这个大，但是我有信心赢过你。我跟你说，我是会快。好了，预备啊，准备啊，来，准备好，准备好，准备好啊！来啊，观众给他们加加油啊，看谁吃得快，好不好？3、2、1，开始！加油，加油！
As you can see at the curling match, it all became about the cotton candy. The concessions were the focus of this particular curling match. And we had this crazy group of people that were eating cotton candy, and that became the focus. Thank you so much for joining us for Plaza News Network. I'm Rachel Hunt.
breaking news.
Hello. Welcome to Plaza News Network. My name is Les Miserable. Today we have the top story is that there seems to be a shortage of wine glasses. Yes, you heard that right. Wine glasses. It seems that all these homeschooling parents just can't handle the stress and are going to Walmart in swarms, Target, and they seem to have bought all the wine glasses. We actually have a clip of some of these swarms. Let's see. Let's go to that clip now.
Oh, look! It's the good fairy. She'll know what to do.
Not to fear, little children. I will help.
And as the good fairy did, these prices are plummeting just because there are so many people buying them. Yes, that you heard that first tonight on Plaza News Network.
From around the globe, it's Plaza News Network.
And that was our game, ladies and gentlemen. Implazables, yay! All right. Now, we've got one game remaining, and for this one, we're going to need to actually bring in a special guest live onto the show. We're going to play a game called A Day in the Half-Life. For this game, our guest is going to detail what happened to them today, going into as much detail as possible, and then our players are going to have to reenact the entire day as a scene in a fixed time frame. Now let's bring on our guest. Hello. Could you please introduce yourself to our viewing audience?
Hi, I am Megan A. Lyles.
One of these days, you hope to be Megan V. Lyles. Got it. All right. Now, Megan, you have had an eventful day, I'm told.
Very.
Could you tell us what happened with you on your day?
So I woke up really early. Actually, I woke up at 6:30 and took out the trash.
Why did you get up that early?
I had to take out the trash before 7. And then I went back to sleep.
Like you do. Got it.
Yeah. It's my normal state. It's to sleep in.
So you woke up at 6:30, took out the trash, went back to sleep. Then what?
Yes. And then I woke up at like 10 and made some coffee and
got it.
Watched Netflix for a little while.
Oh, what did you watch on Netflix?
Money Heist.
Oh, is it any good?
It's really good.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to check it out.
I highly recommend it.
Okay, so you got up around 10, made some coffee, and put on Money Heist on Netflix. All right, please continue.
And then I taught a voice lesson online.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
With your student, kind of like we're talking now through the computer. Excellent.
Yep, exactly.
What were there any instruments involved in this voice lesson?
No, just singing and then recordings of a piano.
Okay, so through the computer, voice lesson with recordings on a piano. Okay, sorry. Please go ahead.
Yes. And then I went to an online birthday party.
All right. You went to an online birthday party. Who was the birthday party for?
One of my students. She's turning 9 today.
Oh,
so
happy birthday, 9-year-old student.
Yes. Her mom invited me. So I stopped by and had some cake it was a rice cake, but I put some icing on it.
Oh, a rice cake with icing counts. As long as it had icing, you're good.
Yes. And then I scrolled on TikTok for a while, and now I'm here.
Okay, so had the rice cake with frosting, scrolled on TikTok, and then responded to a message, and now you're on the Implazables.
Exactly.
All right. So, okay, so let me just recap. You woke up at 6:30 in the morning to take out the trash, went back to sleep. Got up around 10, made some coffee, turned on Netflix, watched Money Heist. Then you had a voice lesson online through teleconference with one of your vocal students using backing tracks of a piano. And then you attended another teleconference that was a birthday party for a 9-year-old student where you ate a rice cake with frosting. And then you came on to our show.
That's it.
Did I leave anything out?
No,
no, you scrolled on TikTok. You scrolled on TikTok before
Yes.
you came here. I did leave something out, and that's
Yes.
that's really dangerous. Okay, thank you very much, Megan A. Lyles. All right, so now we are going to bring in all of our players, and they are going to reenact Megan's day in exactly 60 seconds. Implausibles, we're counting down in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello.
Oh, it's 6:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I gotta take out the trash. Okay, where's the trash? Here we go. Let's take out the trash and throw it in the bin. Okay, now I'm gonna make myself some coffee. All right.
Coffee.
Coffee. Thank goodness. There it is. It's singing coffee. Oh, now I want to watch some. I'll watch some Money Heist on Netflix.
It's Money Heist.
Money? Let's do some money.
Let's do it.
Wow, that was great. Oh my gosh, that was fantastic. Now I got to do a voice lesson. Hey, Madison.
Hi, Megan. I'm ready for my voice lesson.
Okay, let's la 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 la
La la
You did
la.
great. Okay, next
I'm making
thing.
space in my mouth.
Okay, let's go to an online birthday party. Everybody! I'm gonna eat some rice cake. Where's the rice cake for that?
It looks delicious.
Okay, now I gotta go scroll through TikTok. TikTok. Oh,
Renegade,
oh, that's so funny.
renegade.
Look it. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be.
Implausibles! Yay! 60 seconds. Let's bring Megan back here for just a quick sec and see how accurate this was. Megan, does that seem about right? Does that sound
That was exactly how it went.
I'm glad to know that we were able to pull that off. But you know what? Anybody can reenact that scene in 60 seconds. We're trained professionals. We're going to do that exact same scene in 30 seconds. You think we can do it?
Yes, I believe in you.
All right, let's bring all of our players back in. Here we go. 30 seconds, Implausibles, counting down in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello.
It's 6:30. Where's the trash can? In the bin. Okay, now I gotta make some coffee. Coffee. It's singing. Okay, now let's do the voice lesson. Madison!
I'm
Open,
making
room in your
my
mouth,
air
room in your mouth.
spin consistently while I sing.
Now let's go to the birthday party, everyone! Rice cake. Oh. And now, okay, wait, everyone stop! I want a TikTok! Ooh, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Renegade.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
Renegade.
suspicious. Yeah!
Implausibles, yay! All right.
We forgot
Megan? Is she there? She's there. There you are, Megan. Was that about?
I'm here.
Was that still accurate enough?
Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close.
What did they miss? What did they miss?
Money Heist.
Oh, they missed Money Heist. Well, we were going fast, but let's see if we can catch that. And you know what? I'm going to up the ante. We're going to go for 15 seconds this time.
Whoa.
We're going to reenact your entire day in 15 seconds. Let's bring all of our players back one more time here. There we go. We got everybody. Implausibles counting down in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, throwing out the trash. Okay, Money Heist. Oh my gosh. Do. Voice lesson. La 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 la. Party. Don't be suspicious.
Implausibles, yay! All right, that was 15 seconds, Megan, and they got Money Heist in that time. Was that impressive?
Yes, very impressive.
Very impressive. We're going to go up even further. We're going to do the scene now in 7 seconds. Think they can do it?
Yes.
7 seconds. Let's bring all of our troop back in. 7 seconds, Megan's day. Oh, there we go. Now we've got everybody. Implausibles. We're counting down in 3, 2, 1, go.
Trash! Coffee! Money Heist! Don't be suspicious.
7 second Implausibles. Yay! Got everything that time right?
Yep, 100%.
Absolutely. Do you think they can go faster?
Definitely.
Definitely. Let's go for 3 seconds this time. All of Megan's day in 3 seconds. Let's bring all of our players back one more time. Counting down in 3, 2, 1, go.
Megan, party.
Implausibles, 3 seconds. Yay! Megan, how was that?
A little terrifying, but good.
There you have it. It's terrifying for us too. Trust me on that one. All right, folks. Just want to let you know, you may do improvisation on your own at home, but don't try this one. We're trained professionals. We know what we're doing. We're about to reenact Megan's entire day in 1 second. Before we do, I'd like you to be reminded that you can go to plaza-theater.com for a donation. We can run the little thing across the bottom of the screen there one last time. There we have it. All right, let's bring all of our players back in now that they've had about 20 seconds to catch their breath. Megan's day in 1 second. Everybody stretched out? Nobody's going to pull anything? We're good? All right, we're counting down in 3, 2, 1, go! Time! Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today. Thank you very much for joining us and tuning in to the Implazables at Plaza Theater. Please remember to support plazatheater.com, and we will see you next week. I'm Luke. This is
Madison.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Freddy.
And I'm Stormy.
and we are the
Implazables.